Is Biden actually pardoning Hunter a bad thing? Or is it a good thing? Now, we know that he's done a lot of questionable things, and we're going to talk about this, the amount of coverage and blanket this actually entails when it comes to this pardon. This is not just like any ordinary pardon. But what does it offer Trump? I think this is a big deal, and not because of the pardon. I mean, this is Joe. We kind of knew it was going to happen. I believe that we knew someone was going to pardon Hunter. Come on. I mean, do you actually think he was going to prison? Come on. But this actually could benefit Trump more than you know. Let's talk about the blanket pardon. Let's talk about what it covers. But then let's also open up the opportunities that Trump just got because of Biden's mishandling situation. Let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome to The Max. Thank you so very much for being here today. I know this is earlier than typical on release of a video. I wanted to get this out. Also, I want to kind of give you a little announcement. We're gonna start trying to do a little bit more each and every day. So there will be some days that we'll have two videos, one going out kind of in the mornings like this one, lunchtime or before, and then one in the afternoons that we typically did. There's gonna be some days that we're gonna also do lives. I want us to do lives because I want to interact with you. And a lot of times our lives are smaller, and that's a good thing. So it helps us kind of talk back and forth. We'll discuss the issues of the day, talk about sustainable living, regenerative ag. If you have any kind of questions, that's where we could hash those out. So we're going to be doing a little bit of that over the next coming days and weeks and see how it goes. I really want to grow our channel to a point where we can work together to get better wisdom and to try to figure out how to make sure that we can take care of our families through this crazy world that we live in. And that brings up to today's topic. Now, we're going to have the other video released this afternoon, so check it out. But let's talk about Biden. Let's talk about this pardon. Now, he pardoned, and here's the thing about this pardon. This pardon covers all charges, all federal charges, all charges that even go back to 2014. Now, why is that date important? Why is that decade, 2014 to 2024, important? This is also the time that Biden really became in play. Now, he's always been an insider, an establishment guy from Washington. But if you remember, that's when Joe Biden, was put over some of the negotiations dealing with Ukraine. That's also when Hunter started getting all these positions, all these jobs, all these board appointments, all these millions flowing in. Now, why is it important to see that he did this kind of size of a pardon? Now, this pardon actually is bigger than most pardons. It's not just saying, okay, the charges that they brought up just this last few years are the ones they're going to actually pardon. No, he's saying we're going to pardon those and we're going to pardon anything that's coming out. Axios had a report that says Biden's pardoning of his son, not only for the convictions of taxes and firearms, he's also for anything he's done over the last decade. This is a move to immune Hunter from any potential investigations that the Trumps would like to do to Biden. Now, Trump has already said he probably wasn't going after Biden. But remember, Biden is, 82, 83, 84. He is old. He's senile. He got kind of kicked out and kind of let out of this of his own administration. So what does he really have to lose? So I understand where he's going as a father to do this. Now, do I think it's right? No, I believe we should understand grace and mercy, but at the same time, if someone is doing things that are wrong and shouldn't be doing them, they should stand for them. But here's the thing. Here is the creme de la creme of it. Trump could now use this to his advantage. There's been so much talk about how everybody's above the law. Trump's above the law. Trump, he gets all his way. You hear that from all the liberals. And then all of a sudden you see something unprecedented as a president pardoning his son. Now, this has not happened at any point in time. Now, do I believe Trump and Biden had some negotiations over this? I believe that Biden and Trump probably said this was going to happen. And I believe Trump used this to his advantage to say, you know what? If I decide to pardon him, what am I going to get? Man, not got anything, and so therefore I think Joe Biden took it upon himself to pardon his son. But what did Trump say? The first thing he came out and said, if all of a sudden you're granting him a pardon, isn't it fair to grant clemency and pardons for the J6 people? Now, what this does is he's already opening your mind and already opening the people's mind with his millions of followers on social media to say, if Biden can pardon his son, then I can get in there and day one pardon some of the ones that have been held down like J6. Some of the ones that were tied to me. I think of Giuliani. I think of Stone. I think of all these people that were persecuted against in the name of Trump. So Trump could come in and say, you know what? You pardon your son, I can pardon a lot more. So all the people that you have held down and in my name has ruined their life, like Rudy Giuliani, we're going to fix that. You know, Julian Assange or Snowden or Ross Ulbright, all those, J6, those kind of people deserve my pardon now. Now, he's already making waves for those things to take place. Now, is it or is it not? I don't know. But I do believe Trump does not need to miss this opportunity of this saying, okay, this was a bad thing, but now I'm going to turn around and use it to make a deal. If he can pardon his son, I can pardon all these people. And not only do that, you're building a base of people seeing the openness. It's kind of like the appointment of Patel. You're opening the fact that Patel's already said that he wants to know these client lists of certain big players. He already wants to expose some of that. So now you're saying, okay, as a president, this president pardoned his own son. So now I'm going to use the advantage to open the floodgates of things to get done and for decency, and to open up some facets that's been closed off. And don't tell me that I'm above the law when he literally took his son from the clinches of getting persecuted. Now here's where I will turn it on these Republicans. Jim Jordan, James Comer, all the ones that serve on these committees. Shame on you. You allowed this to take place. I blame these Republicans, and you can get mad if you want. I'm not trying to offend you. But these Republicans for 4 years has said they're going to persecute Hunter. They're going to make sure that he stands trial. He's going to stand for justice. All the while, they kick the flipping can down the road to a point where it's the end of the administration, and now they're like, oh, well, he's pardoned. I can't go after him now. This is why Congress is weak. This is why Republicans in Congress have no backbone. And this is why it takes someone like Trump willing to stand against the fray, because all these congressmen and all these senators and all these people who are going to bring the Bidens to justice, all that kind of junk, and they get on their soapboxes on social media and talk about how they're going to do. What if they'd have done this 3 years ago? Brought charges against them 3 years ago? Because they had the information they needed from 2014 to 2017, 2018 during all the time with Ukraine. But no, they didn't. And Biden wouldn't have pardoned him that early. So all of a sudden now they're talking about bringing charges, and then they brought these frivolous charges from the AG's office and from Comer and Jordan kind of telling the AG they should do this, and all of a sudden he gets pardoned. Doesn't it just feel like a catch-22 door? It's like, oh, shucks. We can't get him now. They're still not going after James Biden, the brother. They're not going after any other players after all the information. So this is where I think Trump should say, you know what? I can't work with all these congressmen because all they worry about is getting their next election done. Speak tough and actually don't do jack crap because they're scared to death to actually stand up against the establishment. Don't tell me they're not. Because Comer and Jordan and all that committee, even Marjorie Taylor Greene, all of them, stood against it. They soapboxed. They're going to do this, do that, and nothing got done. So this is where the ball is in Trump's court. Use this to your advantage. Use this to your advantage. Pardon all the ones that should be pardoned. All the ones that's been talked about. Albright, Snowden, Assange. Pardon them. Not only that, try to get information. Let them work alongside you to say, you know what, we're going to open up and let people see the truth about America. Pardon J6ers. That's what, hey, they were there for you, man. Don't leave them there. They've been there too long. Actually, I think you should pardon them, and I think hopefully someone will litigate and find the truth about what actually happened, and they start countersuing some of these ones who put them in jail and prison. This is when Trump takes this bad situation and makes it his. Now, that's my personal opinion. You may not agree with it, but I think that is what I would do. Don't depend on Congress to do jack. Don't even depend on some of the court systems to put them through and to get justice. You start pardoning these people and getting them out of prison because it makes you look better. It makes you be the person of the people that you're supposed to be. and also makes Biden and the Democrats look above the law. And that's a good thing. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this video. I just wanted a short video. I'm trying to do these shorter videos earlier in the day and try to still keep the long content for the afternoons. I want us to talk about these issues, so we're going to do some lives. Give me your thoughts. Should we do more lives? Are you going to be able to do, join a live with me? Are you going to be able to watch these videos? I want us to work together to make for a better America, for us to learn more and to gain wisdom and ultimately to serve our God. And you know what? I think the more that we have in knowledge, and this is what we're going to be talking about in the second video for today, the more that we learn, the better we're equipped to take care of our families. It's just common sense. Guys, thank you for watching. God bless.